Hey, how you doing, everyone? This is Lee Gerstmann, and I have another record review for you. I have to give a shout out and hello, how's it going, buddy, to Steven Kersh, because I asked him what group and album would he suggest that I review. And he mentioned a group called Halestorm and an album called The Strange Case of. Now, I had never heard of the group Halestorm or the album before, so it was like I had no idea what to expect. Well, since I don't know much about the group, except I did notice that one of their songs was co-written by Danielle Bribeau, who I remember from the sitcom Archie Bunker's Place long ago, and she did a CD, and one of her songs was What If God Fell from the Sky. If you can find anything by Danielle Bribeau on CD, I definitely think you may want to get it, because I imagine most of her stuff is out of print, and it may be like $1 or $2 to find a used CD of hers, but it's kind of rare, so it's one of those inexpensive rare things. But anyway, other than that, I really didn't know anything about the group Halestorm. But listening to it, I have to say I have some interesting opinions to say about it. I'll just have to go over it song by song. The first song, Love Bites, and So Do I. This is actually pretty interesting. The songwriting is a little more modern than what I'm used to, but the energy is definitely there, and I don't mind it. It was like a different kind of heavier rock than what I'm used to hearing, but I'm like, it was done really well for what it was. So I can't give it any kind of fault. And then the song Ms. Hyde. This has high energy and is well done, even though the songwriting is slightly conventional for my taste. I'm actually surprised by how good it is. So it's sort of like the same thing. I thought, this is a little bit of a modern take on heavier rock, something that I'm not totally used to, but yeah, I could dig it, and it wasn't bad. And then the song I Miss the Misery. This song I like. The overall sound is something more akin to something that I can groove to. So, yeah, I like that one. And then Freak Like Me. This is maybe a slightly weaker song for my taste, as it sounds too industrial for what I'm into, but I do recognize its heaviness. But then again, when the middle part came on, it got a lot better, and I really liked it after the middle part and onward a lot more. So it ended up being a pretty good song. And then the song Beautiful With You, it's more country influence to me. For my taste, it's not my thing. It sounds inconsistent with the rest of the album. And then In Your Room, this also sounds country-ish. It's okay for a ballad, that is, but I mean, I don't hate it. It was a little bit better. And then Break In, with that song, I'm thinking it's one too many ballads on here. It's not truly bad, but the album seems to not be able to make up its mind whether their main goal is to do ballads or heavier stuff. And then Rock Show, now we're back on track. It's actually pretty rocking, and I like the beat. This is cool. And then Daughters of Darkness, this is very cool. I really, really like this song. And then You Can Call Me a Bitch Like It's a Bad Thing, or You Call Me a Bitch Like It's a Bad Thing. I like the general vibe of it, but the chorus part seems too conventional for me. But it's not all that bad. It's halfway a pretty good song. And then American Boys, this sounds like old 90s Warrant style metal, but cooler than that. I like it. And then the last song, Here's to Us, it's kind of a cool country style ballad, and I don't mind it. It's okay. It's probably the best ballad on here. So I would say generally, thank you, Steven Kersh, for turning me on to this group. I would say that more than half of it I thought was really, really good. And their arrangements and their songs and their musicianship were pretty professional. I would say that the few ballads on there that I didn't like as much kind of made it not a perfect album for me. But I can see this group definitely as a pretty good group who's on its way to doing really good stuff. So even though it's not the same kind of heavier rock than I'm used to hearing, I don't mind it because they're actually pretty damn good at what they do. So I want to thank you again for suggesting that I review this album. Well, that's been my review. Take care, everyone.